Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Powder Foundation, and the shade I have is Y405. This is what it looks like, and I have it on now. We are going to wear this puppy, see how it goes, and if you are curious about it, and if you're curious about how it applies, how it wears, then let's go. I warn you, I am taking care of my niece and my son, so you're going to hear a lot of noise. Just, it is what it is. Yes?
What are you doing?
I'm making a video.
Oh. Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
Yes?
I don't wear any makeup because I'm too pretty.
You're right, you don't need makeup. Titi needs a little bit of help though, right?
Yeah, so can I help you?
Aren't you going to take care of Marco?
Yeah, but if you need help, I could help you.
I took my Smashbox concealer in light, medium, warm, golden, and I'm going to blend that out with a brush. Are you watching me?
Wow. Haha. No, I'm not going to. When I get older, I'm going to buy myself my own makeup room.
Yeah? Okay. I'm going to take my setting powder and I'm just going to use this to lightly dust it over where I've applied the concealer. What's your makeup room going to look like?
It's gonna be cooler than yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gonna have a picture of me and Marco when Marco fell asleep on me, and it's gonna have a picture of you when you were doing this makeup video.
Alright, so I don't know how to make this work as a foundation for me. It looks really patchy. And it looks uneven, and I've seen people apply it and I'm like, oh, it looks great. And I don't know if it's because it looks like my sponge has collected some oil, or it's just like, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna wash it and see if that makes a difference. But for now, we're just gonna try and make this work. I'm gonna go over it with a brush and then see if that works, because this just isn't working for me. And I see other people use it and I see that it does look really smooth and even. I just don't know why that's not the case for me. So I'm going to take this BOM 31 by Royal and Langnickel, and I'm going to just buff this into my skin. And I'm using a fluffy brush because I don't want to pack on any more coverage. Where I have gotten coverage, it looks pretty even, but it looks so patchy on me. So I'm going to just go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup and then come back and show you guys a finished look. You guys are going to hear how everyone is waiting on the train conductor. That's me. I'm going to go in with the Chloe Malika palette, and I'm going to just mix really the bronzer and the blushes, and I'm going to apply that all over my cheeks. I am curious to see how this powder is going to wear, especially like in the heat, because I tend to sweat a lot from my face, and anytime that I've worn a powder foundation, I end up getting like super itchy. Zoe, how do you know that he has poopy in his pants?
Because I show a little something flat and black. It's cocky.
In his diaper?
Yeah.
nose.
Ooh, can hurry up before the train stinks.
Hey, who's the train conductor?
You.
How come?
Because you're the best train conductor makeup woman.
Do you want to pick out my lipstick?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Don't Stop by NARS, and Miss Zoe picked it up. Do you guys want to see Zoe? Come here. Say hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Zoe.
Do you like makeup?
Uh-huh. I don't wear makeup because I'm too pretty for
That's right. You're beautiful. Say hola.
Hi.
He doesn't want to talk. Okay. Zoe, can you put that away, that lipstick he has? So I'm going to put on Don't Stop by NARS, and this is actually one of my favorite lipsticks. Alright guys, it's 12:32 and I have definitely had a late start to my day. This is what the powder looks like on. Initially, it didn't go on very smoothly and I feel like it's a little drying on my skin. So we're going to do a wear test and we're going to see how this foundation wears throughout the day. So far, I got it to look pretty smoothly, but it took me going in with the sponge and then also a brush. So we'll see how this wears. And like I said, it is now 12:33. All right, guys, it is now almost 3:30. It's 3:28. And I have to say it looks good. It looks a little bit dark. That's okay. But overall, it looks good. It is hot in Chicago today. I want to say it's 90 degrees. I'm going to tell you guys right now because I think that makes a difference. 86 degrees. So it's 86 degrees currently. No, it's 90. It's hot. I mean, it is really hot outside. So I was out, I walked to my mom's house. It's really hot and humid. So with that being said, I feel like this looks a little bit more luminous and glowy because, I mean, y'all know I sweat. But it looks like skin. It looks like I don't really have makeup on. The coverage is still there. I'm impressed that it really hasn't worn out much around the nose. I have a little mascara. But it does look like natural skin. It doesn't look perfect is what I'm trying to say. Like typically with a really matte foundation or full coverage foundation, everything just looks super like perfect and smooth and flawless. And in this case, I have coverage, but it looks like it's just my own natural skin versus a heavy duty foundation. So I'm only not even 4 hours in, 3.5 hours in, and we'll see how this continues to wear. I'm probably gonna go to the gym today. And typically, I'm that person that likes to take my makeup off, but I may just wear this just to see how it wears. I may take one for the team. I can't promise you guys that, but we'll see. All right, guys, I will check back in with you guys and give you my final thoughts. And just so you know, I washed it. I don't know if this was some of like the fuzz that came off. Yeah, it is. When I washed it, some of the fuzz came off. Like all I did was add water to it and it came off. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we'll see how this continues to wear. I wish that they would have included a second sponge. So, all right, guys, I'll check in with you guys in a little bit and we'll see what my final thoughts are. All right, guys, it is already 8 o'clock, 7:55 to be exact. And I don't know if you guys can see that my phone is dying. It looks really natural. It looks like skin. It's worn off a little bit here in the center of the face. But other than that, I'm going to have to say that it looks pretty good considering that I've had it on for almost 8 hours. and it's been super, super hot. It just looks like glowy skin. So I have to say I like it. Again, it's worn off a little bit here, and the shade is just a little dark. Alright guys, so I was editing my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation review, and I felt very dissatisfied with the review. And part of the reason is because I had only worn it a few times when I made the video, and you guys will see that it was a little tricky for me to use. So I wanted to come up here and give you guys an update. First of all, I've worn this probably now for about 2 weeks, and I'm going to tell you, I hate the sponge. You guys saw in my video that I washed it, and that is what it looks like. Again, it's what it looked like initially from the get-go. I feel like the issue with the sponge is that it absorbs my moisturizer and my SPF. And I don't know if anyone else has had that issue, but it always looks like this. So I have had to just give up on the sponge, because if I put the sponge or the makeup on with the sponge, it looks patchy, it looks streaky, it never looks even. It's just a mess to work with. What I have to do, I have it on today, and I told you guys I did get a little bit of sun. I don't have anything else on my face other than the powder foundation. And as you guys can see, like, it doesn't look bad. It looks like normal skin. And I prefer a powder foundation right now because it has been so hot and humid that liquid foundation just doesn't wear well on me. I have actually been enjoying this, but it is a little bit more maintenance than what I was expecting. As I mentioned, my moisturizer and my SPF are probably too heavy for the sponge. So what I have to do is I go in with a powder after I moisturize. So I'll moisturize, I put my sunscreen on, do whatever else I have, and right before I do my makeup, I go in with a loose powder. This one is the Milk Makeup one. It's the one that I used today. And I just took my trusty Bare Minerals Beautiful Finish powder brush, and I literally just lightly dusted it all over my face, including under my eyes. I do have on concealer today. Let me just walk you through my process. Cleanse, moisturize, SPF. Do whatever else I have to do. Concealer, set that with powder, and then go in with a light veil of it all over my face. Now, after I do that, that's when I can go in with my Makeup Forever powder. So as you guys can see, it has been used. I'll take this brush, just tap into it, and then just buff right into the skin. Now, you're probably wondering, why is she doing that? I'm going to tell you why. So after I put my powder on, I will go in with a setting mist. Today I use the Smashbox primer water. I use that, I set everything, but if I just do that step, I tend to get oilier significantly faster, so especially if it's hot. So I let that set, I let it dry, and I just went in with another little light coat of that, just where I need it, which is my T-zone, and here, that's it. So that is what I have to do to make this work. Now, with that being said, it looks great. It wears well. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely more maintenance for me because it doesn't wear as well, and because the sponge was an epic fail for me. And even just going in with a primer and then applying the foundation, it still catches on any area that isn't set, which is why I go in with a light translucent powder to just kind of make sure that everything is set and smooth before I apply my powder foundation. Now, I am significantly oilier right now. It is really humid, it is really hot in Chicago, so I have to set everything, and I have to make sure that if I'm going to wear makeup, that it just doesn't melt right off my face. Part of that step for me is priming, setting that primer, makeup, setting spray, and then powder again. So it doesn't end up looking heavy. It doesn't look heavy at all, but it just kind of locks everything in place. Initially for me, it does feel a little bit dry. Like right now it does feel a little dry, but my skin does not look dry. And like I said, I did get a little bit of sun. So I know that I am just a tad dry right now from the sun. But gradually it just starts to look like skin. So when I got home yesterday, after being on the road for 3 hours, was super oily, glowy. Parts of that makeup had worn off. So, I mean, it's just the wear and tear of a really hot and humid day. I have found that by doing these steps, I get more wear out of the makeup. I, get it to actually work and look smooth. Will I be repurchasing this foundation? To be honest with you, I'm not sure, because I do like the way it looks and I do appreciate the convenience of it, but I didn't think I was going to need to do all this. I thought it was going to be like my MAC Studio Fix powder where I keep my little sponge in there and I just reapply if I have to. So I think that just overall looking at this powder versus Studio Fix definitely is more convenient. This one looks beautiful though. This one looks just blurred. It looks natural. It looks light. Studio Fix can look a little heavy. So I'm not sure where I stand in terms of whether I would repurchase it, because I do like it. I do think that it would be a beautiful finishing powder if you wear liquid foundation. But I felt like I needed to speak my piece before finishing the video. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video.